Hello everybody and welcome back to Talking United. United have just beaten AC Milan 1-0 away at the San Siro, 2-1 on aggregate to go through to the Europa League quarter-finals. The game was deadlocked at 0-0 up until half-time and it felt like it was going to be really tough for us to get that goal and to get through. But a Paul Pogba substitution from Ollie, Pogba making his first appearance for United for what feels like months now. He came on for Rashford and within a couple of minutes he scored a really well taken goal, which then meant we could just see out the game as we've loved to do so far this season and managed to scrape our way into the last eight. I think it was a really good performance from United. I don't think it was unbelievable, it didn't blow anybody away, but it was a really professional job, and I think Ollie definitely recognised at half time the way the game was going, and that the later and later we went into the match, the harder it was going to be to get a goal. By getting that goal early in the second half, we made Milan come and play at us, and it just plays into our game plan so perfectly when teams attack us, because we're so threatening on the counter-attack. Even if we're not looking like scoring, when you've got players like Pogba, Fernandes, James, Greenwood, Rashford, these quick players who can just run at you, teams don't want to throw everything forward, and so they wait until literally just a few minutes left to give the game a proper go. I think as well you've got to give some credit to some other players on the pitch. Pogba was obviously excellent coming on, but looking at especially our centre-back pairing and our midfield pairing, I thought Lindelof and Maguire dealt with everything that came their way and looked really strong. I was personally pretty worried when I saw Lindelof start. I said in my preview I wanted Bailly, but Lindelof did a great job. I think they both did. I think the whole defence, Henderson as well, deserves a hell of a lot of credit. You know, he didn't have loads to do, but he did everything he needed to so right. And that Ibrahimovic chance late on, yes, Zlatan should have done better with the header, but Henderson still needed to make the save and push it away, and it was very similar to the header that he let in the first leg. So it does show that he's slowly just always going to improve and get better, which is the right signs from him. That's what we need. We don't expect him to be perfect, but we need good performances, and we got a real number one goalkeeper performance from him tonight. But the two that I really want to highlight were McTominay and Fred, and I'm not sure if anybody would agree with me on this, but I thought they were exceptional. I think Fred, his involvement in the first goal was probably just as important as Pogba actually finishing it off. If he doesn't fight to get that ball back in the box, there's no chance and we don't score, you know, so I thought that was great. And McTominay just looked a lot better, in my opinion, carrying the ball out. He stepped up and I think he did a better job. Obviously a lot of this I'm talking about was in the second half. The first half was still quite cagey, but I really think you've got to separate the two halves, because we looked like a completely different team after we'd gone in and reset for 15 minutes. So I thought it was a great win for United. You know, it's at that point in the season where they don't need to be vintage performances. You've just got to go in, get your goals and get out. And as long as we're keeping clean sheets like we are doing so well at the moment, all we need is one goal. We saw it against West Ham, one lucky own goal and we could get the 3 points. Saw it again tonight, one lucky goal. And to be honest, yes, Leicester on the weekend are going to have some great firepower going forward. I'd fancy our chances if we can just nick one goal, because that's the sort of way we've been playing. We've been doing it fantastically recently. And yes, I did think at the start of this week, I said it in the preview, we had 3 big games leading up to the international break, a big game in the race for the top 4, and we beat West Ham and we're in a comfortable spot now to get Champions League next year. We had a big game tonight in the Europa League to get to the quarters. We've done it. If we can get through against Leicester now, and the Leicester game doesn't matter about how we do it, because we've got a break after, so we can take them to extra time, take them to penalties. We can play the first team for the whole game. Doesn't matter. We've just got to get through, and that will make it a fantastic week for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and put us in a real good spot to come back after the break and try and get second place and try and win at least 1, maybe 2 trophies. So I'm definitely happy. I'm really buzzing. I can't wait for the draw. Obviously it was a great night for us with Tottenham going out as well. Not to diminish any of the other teams in it, but I think that gives us a huge chance now to be seen as the favourites. I don't know about anyone else, but I did not fancy drawing Jose Mourinho. I think when Mourinho sets his mind to winning a trophy, which he'd done with this Europa League, I think he can be dangerous, and he's normally pretty good. We saw that in 2017 when he threw the league at United. He's done very similar stuff at Tottenham, and I thought they were going to be a real threat, but thankfully they're not in the draw tomorrow, which I think could be a big game changer for us. But anyway guys, this was just a quick little match review. I'm going to talk a bit more about the Europa League tomorrow when I do a reaction to our draw for who we get in the quarterfinals. and then I'm going to be back on the weekend for reviews and previews of the Leicester game, and then with some more content that I'm still deciding on over the international break, and then we'll be back for the final sort of climax of the season, and we'll see how it ends. So thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe and turn notifications on if you haven't already, and please get in the comments, tell me what you thought about tonight, and tell me how happy you are that we're in the quarterfinals. Good night.